Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the code that powers all your favorite apps and games. We're breaking down the surprisingly simple tools that make everything tick, and we'll be using the programming language Python as our guide. So, let's jump right in.
I mean, seriously, have you ever stopped to think about it? How does your phone know you just landed a perfect shot or that your team is the last one standing? It seems super complex, right? But the secret, well, it's all in how a program handles the tiniest pieces of information.
And really, the key to all of this is something really fundamental. The entire digital world you interact with, from your game stats to your K-pop playlist, it's all built on a simple foundation called data types. So, let's open up that toolkit and see what's inside. Think of these data types as the absolute essential gear every programmer needs before they can even think about building something cool. It's kind of like Lego bricks. You have all these different shapes and sizes for different jobs. You can't build a massive, detailed castle with just one type of block, right? Well, it's the same idea here. You can't build a complex app with just one type of data. All right, this table here breaks down our 5 core tools. First, you've got your numbers. Int, that's for any whole number, like your score. Then there's float, which you need for anything with a decimal point, like a super precise accuracy rating. For any kind of text, you use a string, or str. And then you have this simple but powerful logic switch, the bool, which is literally just true or false. And finally, you've got a container, the list, which is perfect for holding a bunch of other items, like all the weapons in your inventory.
Okay, so now that we've seen the tools, let's actually put them to work. We're going to use these data types to build a player profile from the ground up, just like you'd find in any game.
And for our example, we'll use Zilong, a fan-favorite hero from Mobile Legends. Let's create his profile from scratch, one little piece of information at a time. All right, first things first, let's build Zilong's profile. It all has to start with his name. And since Zilong is text, we use a string to store it. Simple as that. Next up, his stats. His score is 87, a nice, clean, whole number. So for that, we use an integer. But for something like his accuracy rating, 94.6, we really need that decimal point for it to be precise. So that requires a float. And finally, is he still in the fight? Well, that's a simple yes or no question, right? It's either true or false. And for that, we use a Boolean. It's the ultimate on or off switch in all of programming. And just like that, we've built a basic player profile using 4 different data types. And this is where you can really see the power of that simple Boolean. The code just checks one little thing. Is a variable, like isWinner, set to true? And if it is, bam! The game triggers that amazing you win screen. All from one tiny piece of data. Data types are also used for all the quick calculations happening behind the scenes. So to get this final score of 120 in a game like PUBG, the code is probably taking your number of kills, which is an integer, multiplying it by 10, and then adding your assists multiplied by 5. All that math happens instantly just by mixing a few simple numbers. And what about all the gear you're constantly collecting? To manage a whole collection of items, like your favorite weapon loadout in PUBG, we use a list. It just neatly holds all those different weapon names, which are strings, all together in one place. And hey, it's not just for games. That same str data type we used for a player's name, it's perfect for a music app. It can combine an artist's name, like Lisa, with a song title like Solo Stage to show you exactly what's playing right now. But code isn't just a one-way street. Programs can also ask you for information using a function like input function. This is exactly how a game gets your username, or how a quiz app gets your answers. It's what makes a program truly interactive. So here's the crucial point, why this all matters. We've been looking at very simple, individual pieces, but by combining these ints and strings and lists, programmers can build the incredibly complex and amazing worlds we get to play in every single day. I mean, our source material really says it perfectly. Every single real program, whether it's a stat tracker for Mobile Legends, a K-pop concert app, or an inventory manager in Roblox, it all starts with knowing how to use and mix these basic data types. These are the fundamental tools, the very same ones used to create the games and apps that you love.
They're way simpler than you might think, and they are the absolute starting point for creating pretty much anything digital. So the only question left is, what will you build?